to do it any way we could, and it as so many NFL games do, really came down to the final drive. Just proud of the way we kept playing, kept fighting, and we leaned on each other. It was really a team win. We needed special teams, needed defense, needed offense, and needed all phases of football within our different parts of the team to be able to win. So just proud of the way we played, proud of the way we found a way to win, and we can build on that. And I think it'll build some character and some resolve in our group, and really looking forward to building on that up ahead, because we got a short week against a really good opponent now, which is the way the NFL is. So take any questions you have.
The mindset you had, the team going down there in that final drive, just the confidence you guys showed, just how much of that confidence came through from that team and you for the heavy offensive line.
Yeah, we protected well. Guys were dialed in on their routes and made plays. The coverage structures, you're kind of wanting to see, okay, how are they going to play this? And they obviously are willing to surrender some yards. They just can't give up that final touchdown. So felt like the first throw was pretty contested, but then had a couple where it felt like they were allowing us to be able to throw things underneath or down the field as long as we weren't getting over their heads. And then as we got closer, I thought, okay, now the coverage is going to tighten. And that was really where it was so important that Drake was able to win to the front pylon there, because we were getting tighter where now it was going to be tight throws.
As the guy who comes in here as the big free agent acquisition, I wonder if it's these moments that you feel the pressure to go out and validate that, or do you think that way?
That's not how I think. I'm just trying to play football, help our teammates win, get out of here with a win, enjoy playing, enjoy the competition, enjoy the challenge, the opportunity, the resolve you have to have, trying to rally, having fun with that, and hopefully being able to, give other guys great opportunities. And so that's really where my mind goes.
I understand there were a few you like that's in the locker room after the game. I wonder if you can circle back to any moments in your career. We've had a similar drive, a similar moment that maybe, got the ball rolling with a certain group or a certain team.
Yeah, it's so important to find ways to win, and that's how you put together a great season is, when you have these games that could go either way, you find a way to have it break your way. And that's the way this league is. And so when we can find those inches, it can really change the tail of the season. So we're going to have more of those up ahead, and we're going to have to keep as a whole team, finding ways to make the plays to get it done. And it wasn't just, it's Koo making the long extra point. It's our defense standing up at the end too. And I've been a part of games where you go down and score, and then you walk out of here with a loss because you missed that extra point and you go to overtime, or you don't get the stop at the end. So it really does take everybody to find a way to come out of here with a win.
In that last game situation, does it feel like you all weren't thinking it was just let's wing it because we have to win, so it's much less thinking, I should say, more so than just you're all...
Yeah, well, anytime you have a 6-point deficit, there's not much you're trying to hold on to. If you're playing with a tie game, maybe you got to be more aware of the negative play that could give the team the ball back in good field position. But when you're down 6, you can certainly, go for broke. And but just try to take what they gave us and move our way down the field. And we were able to get some chunks that basically got us down there low enough where the clock wasn't really our enemy. And did a good job of getting guys out to the sideline and getting them out of bounds. But still had to make that play, in tight coverage at the end. And that's where I was so proud of Drake for the route he ran, the way he separated, made it easy on me.
Did you all feel like you all unlocked some things on the offense today?
Yeah, you never know. I think it's always play to play, week to week. You can never say, oh, we unlocked things and now it's going to be this or that way. No, you just keep fighting every play, and you never know what the next snap's going to bring.
Several of the players said that you were chill during that last drive. You have several young players. Why was it important for you to keep the team calm during that last drive?
Well, I just kind of go through my process pretty methodically. If we're down by 30, up by 30, or in a tight game, you just have your reads, your process, your footwork, your snap count, your play clock. You're just going through your process and trying to find the open guy. And there's so much we need to do better from this game, but grateful for the way the result worked out.
Kirk, what kind of conversations, if any, did you have with Zach after the game? And is there any play you can think of that was relevant to any of the voice notes you sent him where you talked about a concept on a voice note and then you executed a play on that tonight?
No, it was pretty straightforward, but no, he was great. He was his usual self, calm, and we were on the same page throughout the game, and just shook each other's hand in the locker room afterwards. Obviously, we're thrilled with the result, but we're going to keep building a rapport. I think that it's a work in progress to I'm excited about more time on task together, not just with Zach, but with TJ as my quarterback coach, with my teammates. Just every rep out there, we're learning more about each other, and it's going to make us a better offense over the course of the year.
Kirk, I think it was week 2 last year. You were here in Minnesota.
That's right.
Primetime loss.
Yep.
Week 2 this year, you're here for a primetime win. A lot of life has happened in between. Do you ever take a second
Right.
to kind of just think about what the last year's been like?
Yeah, no, I've played here in Philly 10 times in my career, and had some pretty impactful games, both wins and losses. And the big one that hit me was I went to the hotel last night, and Nick Foles and his parents were there, and Nick and I were freshmen together at Michigan State in 2007, and that's last time I'd seen his parents. And so to think back on 17, 18 years, and what's transpired, and when Nick and I arrived as freshmen, I thought, there was concern about how this is going to work out for both of us. And I was kind of reminded, with him getting honored tonight, and said to him at the coin toss, it worked out. It worked out for both of us. And so I was just reflecting last night and today a little bit on our journeys and just God's blessing of both of our football careers and our families and just His goodness. And so playing here tonight kind of brought back a lot of those memories on my journey, and it was a fun way to win it.
Kirk, you spread the ball around. 6 receivers were able to get catches tonight.
Yeah.
Talk about how valuable that is.
Yeah, that's kind of the way I've always played. If you go back to Washington, Minnesota, try to distribute the ball, get it to a lot of different guys, get everybody involved, find the open guy. And so I like knowing that a lot of guys are getting involved. But just try to go where my reads take me.
The running game.
Yeah, right. Well, yeah, they did a phenomenal job running the football. I thought Zach did a phenomenal job committing to running the football. And Bijan and Tyler ran hard. O-line blocked it well, handled pressure well. Our receivers do a great job blocking in the run game, and our tight ends as well. So was pleased with that. I think it gave us a great chance on the road, to be able to have success. And then we didn't have the penalties. When you have a holding or something that takes you to 2nd and 20, it's hard to run the football. But when you stay in, 2nd and 3, Zach has his whole call sheet in front of him. So staying out of the penalties, staying out of the longer yardages, give us the ability to run the football.
Kirk, you were answering questions earlier this week about your Monday night record. I wonder if doing this tonight on Monday Night Football has any extra validation for you, or does it feel any better?
It's just, this is not the world I live in to go out at that. I just try to go out and play football the best I can, whether it's noon on Sunday or night game, what day of the week it is. You just try to go play your best and and kind of let it go from there.
Kirk, you talked about last week the message from Raw before the Steelers game was to play clean.
Yeah, right.
What was the message before this one, and do you feel like you guys were clean and crisp?
Yeah, we were better. There's still a long ways to go. I think we were better handling the noise and just our operation. Certainly penalties, avoiding that. But yeah, no, he challenged us again. Got great communication. We just got to be a sharp operation because we have the players that if we can, execute correctly, the athletes on the field are going to be able to make plays for us. And so we're thrilled with the outcome tonight, and then we got a lot to clean up in the process.
I know that it's so early in the season that you don't want to weigh so heavily on one win on Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
But what is special about this one with this group?
Well, coming from behind, finding a way on the road in a tough environment against a good football team, that builds resolve, builds some grit, builds some character that we're going to have to lean on as the year goes on. And this is how NFL football is, and so we've got to kind of get used to this and get comfortable in this because that's how these games tend to go. And so the more we can be battle tested and have these moments, I think it would set us up well for what's coming down the road.
Got time for one more?
Any sense of what happened on 3rd down, maybe 8? If you can get to it.
It's not good enough. D-Led, it's not good enough. We got to be better. I don't have a great answer for you as to why. I got to go back and look at it. Some of it was 3rd down in the low red zone, which I would say probably more is a red zone issue than a 3rd down issue. I think each individual play is its own entity as to what's going on or what's happening. But and then you had the O-zone situation where the ball's got to go out of bounds or to the end zone where you cannot take a sack. So it kind of sped up my read when I missed Kyle open and for a touchdown. I just didn't feel like I could go through my traditional read because I could not take a sack. We would miss out on a field goal, so I kind of had to rush it and throw the ball away. But we got to be better on 3rd down. We're not going to win a lot of games if we're not better on 3rd down, better in the red zone, and more efficient.